This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so so ab initio. So you should understand this AB space INIT. Okay, in the resume also you need to be very clear about this part. There will be a space between AB space ab initio. Okay, so first, what is this ab initio? Okay, so first, what is this ab initio? So ab initio, it is a ETL tool. Okay, it's an ETL tool. So first, what is ETL? First, what is ETL? So E stands for extraction. Okay. T stands for transformation. L stands for loading. Okay. So this is the processor. This is the processor that we will be performing with the ab initio tool, which is an ETL. Okay. So let me take one example like Reliance. Let me take one example called Reliance. So that's a client to me. Okay. So I am working for the Reliance client. So the thing is, the upcoming is like rainy season, right? Rainy season. So for the rainy season, what are the things needed for the sales purpose? Like umbrellas, like umbrellas. Okay, like umbrellas. So for this umbrellas, so they need to stock. They want to stock up their respective product like umbrellas. So how many they need to stock up, and according to the state they want to segregate the umbrellas stock. Okay, so for that they need my help. So how I am going to help them? So first, what they will be doing, right? Hey Anil, so I will be giving you the latest data or last 5 years data from the Reliance perspective, and check the last 5 years count, how many umbrellas got sold, right? And based upon that, they can increase the umbrellas count for this year, or they need to decrease the umbrellas count for this year. Got the point, right? So for that I need the data from the Reliance. Okay, so once the data got, I received the data from Reliance, right? I need to transform the data. So transform the data in the sense, whatever the data provided from the Reliance, right? That's a huge amount, and moreover, all the Reliance products will be there. So if Anil is a guy who went for purchase of some groceries, okay, in the groceries there are a lot of dals, right? And moreover, something like bars, Vim bar or Rin bars, Surf Excel, and moreover baby products, whatever thing I needed, right? In the bill, along with the product, I may be have taken an umbrella, correct? So in that case, I need to filter only umbrellas related data. I need to ignore some other data. If somebody is a guy who went for that purpose, like he want to purchase something, so he has not bought any umbrella last year or last 2 to 5 years, right? In that case, Sampad record I can ignore, because client need the data for the umbrella. So in that case, I will be doing the filtration kind of thing in the transformation part. In the extraction part, I will be extracting the data from the Reliance servers to the ab initio level. I will be extracting the data from Reliance level servers to the extraction to the ab initio level. So once data is extracted, I can transform the data. So once the transformed, so what's the transformation I'm doing here? Like filtering of filtering of required data. So once the data is filtered, I can load the data along with the count according to the state wise. Okay, according to the state wise, if I want to segregate the data and if I want to take the count, right, I can do that kind of like transformations in the transformation part only, and after that I will be loading into the respective reliance provided path, the respective count. So here the reliance higher authority will be having the access for the respective path where I am loading the data. Okay, and they will be knowing the respective thing. Okay, so this is my day one. This is my day one. Okay, day two I will be getting some other thing. So like since it is like rainy season, diapers will be usage will be more for the child, right? So in that case, Anil, so let me know the diapers count also from the past 5 years, right? So I can enhance the same requirement what I have done, or I can create a new one. Okay, so whatever I'm creating, right, I will be creating that kind like a graph. Okay, the naming conventions are requirement. Okay, the requirement what I'm preparing right in the Ab Initio level, that will be called as a graph. Okay, so for the umbrellas, I have created one graph. Okay, so on the later day I got one more announcement. Anil, I want the data for like respective diapers for the child. Okay, so this is a small kind of requirement. So basically here you need to understand one thing. So here extraction part, already data is not prepared by me, right? And moreover loading where, that means respective database here I may be extracted from some Reliance servers like database. Here also I will be loading to the right. Here also I will be loading to some like Unix level or like Oracle level. So here also, here and here, the outside servers are pre-existed. You don't need to worry. So as an ETL developer, you need to worry about the transformation part only. So sometimes very less number of times you will get the thing. You need to create a data upon your own, because there is some kind of issue with the source team. Okay, so they whether from there and only, like from the higher level, from the source team higher level only, the data is not given to the source team, then that's not their mistake. But as part of that, I need to create my graph according to the requirement, right? I need to test it. Okay, I need to test it. For in order to test it, right, I need some sample data, but the actual data or sample data was not given from the source team. In that case, Ab Initio has given few components to create data based upon the structure given by me. Okay, whatever the structure given, Ab Initio able to create the data. You don't need to worry about that. Okay, so we're having a component called generate records component. Okay, so we can generate the data also. You don't need to worry. Okay, so this is like a brief introduction, and moreover, let me go to the tools provided by the Ab Initio. So basically, Ab Initio is like corporation. Ab Initio is a corporation. Okay, so it provides a huge number of tools, around 10. Okay, huge number of tools. So their important thing is GD, and a few more supporting tools for GD is control center. Okay, express ID, and there is something like ACE. Okay, MDM. Okay, so we are having a lot. Okay, so here I will be providing the training and the GDE graph development environment. So here where my requirements will be created. Okay, so control center is a scheduling tool. Okay, control center is a scheduling tool. Express IT and BR is like, here we will manage some rules related. That's entirely different part. Okay, so AC is for like deployment of respective code to the higher environment. So this is like a tool, but like in my past 3 projects we have not used this. The depending upon the project, they are using the ACE for deployment process, that will be used. And moreover, MDM, metadata management, this is like, how many records got entered into the graph, how many records got rejected, how many records got satisfied the condition and loaded into the database. That means 100 records input, 20 records got rejected, 80 records got loaded. So every 100 whatever records, right, that is important to me, right? So let me think a data, one Anil 100. Okay, one Anil 100, but this is my actual data. This is my actual data, what I'm expecting, but I have received the data in this way, okay. So this is my actual data that I'm expecting, but I got the data like this. But whatever the 100 rupee or $100 done by Anil, that is also important to me, right? That is also important to the client. If this 100 is not present, right, the total amount will be not tallied, right? Whatever the income generated in the bank account and whatever the income generated in the Ab Initio level, right, that will be different, right? 100 rupees will be less, right? So this is the expected data, this is the received data. In that case, what will be happening, this record will be rejected. Why? Because yeah, there are 3 columns, but here there is only 2 columns. But client is having every record as its importance, right? So in that case, MDM will be managing this kind of utility. Say utility provided for the tracking this kind of linearity. Linearity means checking the flow for each and every component level. Okay, so these are like a few tools which were supported by the Ab Initio. So here we are going to explain for the GD, and moreover these are like supporting tools. So in my last project I don't have any idea also on the Express AT, but in my present project they have given respective KT. Until and unless if you mention these thing in the resume, you will not get any questions, and nobody will reject you since you don't have experience on this. Okay, control center, in the last project we have used CA7. CA7 is the tool which was used for the in the place of control center. So nobody rejected me. Anil don't have access idea in the control center. Okay, so we will be going for the interview for the GDE only, graphical development environment, and this is the GDE UI look like GDE. Okay, so if you see here, right, we are having a lot of components. Yeah, okay, so here we will be providing the training on all the components. Okay, so here mainly transform is a folder where we are going to concentrate on mainly on the training part. Because why? Because extraction part and loading part are pre-existed. Okay, but transformation part, it's very important for the ETL developer. Okay, so whatever the thing present here, right, here we will be taking around 12 to 15 hours. Okay, 12 to 15 hours of training on the transformation part out of 25 hours. Okay, so the total content will be completed in 23 to 25 hours. Okay, so out of that, around 12 to 15 numbers mainly will be providing on the transform component only. So moreover, for the interview also you will get lot of questions on the transform component only. Nobody will ask you for the extraction part and the loading part. Okay, for the extraction part I will be using like like extraction and loading. Okay, for the extraction and loading part I will be using data sets and the database components. So naming conventions itself you can understand. So if you want to extract or load the data, I will be using the database components. Here you can see input table, output table. The same way, if you want to extract the data from Unix file system, you can use the input file and output file to load and extract the data from the Unix and Unix file system. For the table, whether for Oracle, whether for Netezza, whether for like Hive. Okay, so Ab Initio nowadays Ab Initio supports all varieties of sources, not only one or two or general, even cloud also supported by Ab Initio. You no need to worry about this. Okay, so you would have seen, so there will be increasing in the respective versions like every year or like 6 months at a time, right? So in that case they are including an adapters for respective sources. Whatever the previous versions functionality is there, those will be present in the latest version. Moreover, few more functionalities got introduced, like something like adapters or new components based upon the requirements, right? So you got the point, right? So here moreover partition departition, like parallelism. Okay, so like let me go with the few other tools present in the ETL process, for the ETL process. Okay, so few other tools for Informatica like SSIS, Tableau. Okay, so you will be hearing this for the competitors for the Ab Initio, and moreover Ab Initio is having its own role in the ETL market. Why? Because Ab Initio supports three kinds of parallelism. Okay, Ab Initio supports totally three kinds of parallelism. But remaining these, right, remaining these will not support all these three kinds of parallelism. And moreover, one more thing I want to highlight here, Ab Initio license cost will be 70 lakh to 1 crore. Only one license. If Anil is a guy working for Ab Initio, client need to spend at least 70 lakh for Ab Initio for Anil to work. That much costly that tool. Even though that much costly, client is why avoiding, right? Because of its parallelism. Okay, so mostly you can see all Ab Initio in all the banking clients. Most of all the banking clients you can see Ab Initio. And moreover in the insurance, telecom, sales. Okay, so in the telecom, British Telecom, and in India, right, Airtel and Vodafone is using Ab Initio. Okay, and while coming into the insurance, a lot is there. So Allstate, I remember a lot of things are using with the Ab Initio. Because of this three kinds of parallelism, Ab Initio is having its own role. And moreover, for the Informatica, if a job is running for 2 hours in the Informatica, the same will be happen only 30 minutes in the Ab Initio. So because from the extraction level only, the parallelism starts in the Ab Initio by default. Informatica, SSIS and Tableau I'm not much aware, but Informatica I'm bit aware. Okay, so it does supports, Informatica supports only two kinds of parallelism. Okay, so the main parallelism is like a data parallelism that is supported by only the Ab Initio process tool, like Ab Initio tool. Okay, any questions till now? Sairam, Vivek, Padma.
You will be covering.
Network issue, sir. That's why.
No, I didn't get that.
A network issue, sir. I have a network
Network
issue.
issue. We will be sharing you the demo also. Okay, you can go through it.
Okay. You can continue, sir. I am listening. I am into call.
Fine. So let me open the Ab Initio UI and let me perform a small task. Okay, so that you can easily understand what's how this look like. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, if I want to extract the data from Unix level, I need to use some input file and output file components. Correct? Okay, so for that I'm using one input file. Okay, I'm using, in order to capture the filtered data, I'm using some output file. Okay, so very clear explanation will be given. So as part of the demo, I'm just giving you overview how that look like. Okay, so next thing is like I want to filter the data. In order to filter the data that will be present in the transform level, filter by expression component. Okay, so I want to use the source, right? So I am using one source already created by me, which is a customer file. So I'm providing my outputs also where that need to be captured, right? So that need to be captured in the C files output ou2.txt is the file. Okay, so I'm using the input file customer.txt, and moreover here I'm giving some structure. Okay, so whatever the data is provided, I will be letting you know in the tomorrow session, first session. Okay, so like in the filter by expression, in order to filter the data, I'm using some filter by expression. Double click on the filter by select expression. Okay, and as part of umbrellas, I want to filter, in the place of umbrellas I want to filter some department number. Okay, so double is equal to, okay, so umbrella data I need to filter it in the same way. Umbrella or something data is not present at my level, so for the like clear explanation purpose, I have provided that example. Okay, so I'm applying the same kind here. So like umbrella I have compared with the department number 10. So in the input, let me show you the input. Okay, so in the input, the department number, you can see 10s, 20s, 30s, and 40s. Okay, so you can see all the data 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, okay, so you can see all the 10 to 40 multiple records. 10 is with 3 in count. Okay, 20 with 20 4 in count, 30 also 4 in count, and 40 is 1. Okay, so here I'm filtering the data for the department number 10 only. Okay, so I have provided the respective expression here. Okay, expression here. So I'm executing. For the execution, you can press F5 in the keyboard directly, or you can go with this kind of approach in the run. Okay, done. So if you see here, right, blue in the sense that was successful, green in the sense that is running, red in the sense that was failure. Okay, so you can see the respective things. So green in the sense running, blue means that was done, and red means failure. And moreover, you can see the log also. We don't need to worry. So for now, my expression is department number 10 for the filter by component, right? Filter by expression component, right? You can see out and deselect code. So all the required data are respective condition what I have provided, right? That respective condition data will be captured in the output. View data. Okay, you can see all the 10 only. And moreover, let's see the other output, which is other than tons. Okay, so other than tens will be captured in the deselect port level, and I will be capturing in the respective output file. Okay, so here 12, 3 plus 9, 12, right? All the records got filtered. Okay, so this is a small example. This is like a graph. I told you, right? When requirements will be clear, will be called as a graph, right? Right. So that this is a graph, and moreover, this will be saved with the extension name.mp. Graph will be saved with extension .mp. All the graph related data, or I mean graphs, will be saved with .mp extension. If you create 10 graphs, 10.mp, that means let me take a sample as the name, sample.mp. So sample is the name for the respective graph. .mp is the representation for the graph. So whatever is graph, that will be saved with .mp only. Okay. So basically here, Ab Initio supports all kind of like sources and targets. In this, okay. So in this version, okay, in this Windows XP, we have installed with Oracle, okay, and Unix commands. So instead of creating an or like installing a new OS for the Unix, right? We have created an application. There was we got some application. So here you can create all kind of paths. You can delete a path. You can create a file. You can create a 0-byte file. You can delete a file, or you can rename a file. Everything is possible here. Instead of creating an OS, remember using their username and password, right? Like everything you can do here. So ls space -ltr. Okay, so you can see like paths, different paths. If you want to create a directory, mkdir space anil, right? So now if I give ls -ltr, right, you can see a path. See here. Okay, now a directory anil was created. Okay, so I can remove rmdir anil. Okay. So now if I give ls -ltr, that will be not present. Anil is not present. Right. So whatever the OS or general Ab Initio usage, right, that everything can be done in this application. You know, to create separate like Unix application or Unix OS. Okay, you got the point, right? Yeah. So let me open the content also. Okay, so if you see the Ab Initio content, right, like this is like demo part. Okay, so all these things will be like Ab Initio architecture I need to cover now. Parallelism short way I have covered. So different formats. Okay, so let me start with the Okay, so as part of the Ab Initio architecture. Okay, so in the Ab Initio architecture, usually you will find the three parts. Okay, architecture. So you can see three parts. One is GDE. Right, this is the front end what you are seeing every time. Whatever the enhancements or developments you are doing, that you will be doing in the GDE only. So next thing is like cooperating system. Okay, so you will be calling short name as co. Third thing is EM. Right, so in the Ab Initio architecture you will be seeing three parts, which is GDE. This is like front end application where you are developing the respective thing. Next thing is like cooperating system. Cooperating system is like brain or heart to the total Ab Initio. That means back end things. So when I trigger a graph, what happened? It has extracted the data and it has filtered out the data and it loaded the data. Okay, so that thing is taken care by cooperating system only. That will be taken care by backend operation. Everything will be taken care by cooperating system only. That means like filtering of data, moving the filtered data to the output port, and whatever the unfiltered or like unselected data will be moving to the deselect port, right? So those things will be taken care of the cooperating system. So next thing is like EME. EME stands for Enterprise Metadata Environment. Like version control. Right, version control. So what's a like version control? Let me think. Today I have developed one graph. The same graph I have enhanced tomorrow and I have saved in some location. Right, so but yesterday I have used the same graph and today also I have used the same graph for the enhancement. Let me think that the graph is sample.mp. Right, so whatever the content yesterday present, right, the content will be present, more content will be present in the day 2 and also day 3. Day 3 also sample.mp only. But for some purpose, I want to get the some purpose I want to get the first day graph only for my actual purpose. How? Right. So again I need to delete each and every part and I need to do the respective thing and available the respective day 1 thing will be day 1 related changes should be present in the sample.mp. So instead of doing that deletion and recreation of respective things, right, EME is used. Version control. So day 1 will be V1, day 2 will be V2, day 3 will be V3. Right. So I want to create a V4 as the graph which will be containing a V1 as the content. Right. So we'll be having some air comments for that. Right, so automatically V4 will be created with the V1 as the content, version 1. That means day 1 content. So that thing can be happen only with the EME part. Okay, so I don't want to go much deeper on this part. Okay, so let me go to the paint level and let's see the architecture, how that will be look like. Okay, so three things. It's like a GD. This is like a cooperating system. Co. This is like EME. Okay, So whatever the graph generated here, whatever the graph generated or created here, when you press F5, automatically backend thing what will be happening, you know, operating system will convert this code, will be converting this code into the Unix shell script. Okay, it will convert the total filter by expression, input file, output file, all the things to the Unix shell script, and it will be loaded the script to the operating system. From there, it evaluates each and every record through the department number double is equal to 10 condition. Whatever the satisfied, that will be moved to the output port. Whatever not satisfied, that will be moved to the DSET port. And moreover, EME. So, like, you know, GD will be interacted with the EME to get the latest code present in the EME for respective sample.mp and its respective sources, whatever needed. Right? So if you go some client interview, you will be getting the question with the what is Ab Initio architecture. The first question will be what is Ab Initio architecture, what are the things present, and what are its roles. Okay, so this is like a Ab Initio architecture. Okay, so if you see there's a data set components, right? So these are used to extract the data from the Unix file system. Like, you know, like these two things are like latest, you know. Moreover, let me highlight one thing here. So what are Ab Initio? This is like 2.1 version. Okay, this is like 2.1 version. In the latest Ab Initio, few projects are going with the 3 version, few projects are going with the 4 version. Okay, so if you see the data sets, okay, you don't find read multiple files, write multiple files component, but I have included that in the like content. So Anil, how will you showing you how that will be covered, right? So you know, whenever a topic is started, so my level of training, how it will be given, you know. First I will be first point, how that will be covered, you know. What is that component and how that will be used, how many ways, okay, how many ways that will be used. Okay, second point is simulating of all the things what I have mentioned in the step 1. Simulating means taking some examples and showing you in the GD. Third point is performance tuning techniques for respective component. Okay, so let me take one filter by expression. After completion of that respective filter by expression component only, performance tuning only, I will be moved to the last point. The last point is interview questions. Okay, interview questions. After completion of these points only, I will be moving to the next component. Got the point, right? After completion of these 4 points only, I will be moving into the next components. So why I have introduced this kind of thing, right? If we discuss more at that point of time only, you will get lot of knowledge. That's my view. So that's why I have designed this kind of my way of training will be in this way. After completion of these 4 points only, and moreover 0.5 like questions. Okay, questions, all the questions will be taken care at that point of time only and move to the next part. So if some guys comes to me, Anil, I got this question, means they can ask that question in the WhatsApp group. We'll be creating a WhatsApp group like who has done the enrollment, right? So there I will be answering. Otherwise, next day will be started with that question. After completion of that question, after answering only, move to the next kind of points. Okay, so from past 3 years, you know, like I'm providing the training in this way. Okay, so once the enrollment is done, I will be providing a notes and software. Okay, so the notes will be first notes like Ab Initio. Okay, Ab Initio, these will be around 170 pages. In these 170 pages, you can see different kind of scenarios for a single component, like assignments. You can think like assignments. You can close the respective answer. You can go through the question. You can try in the Unix level, sorry, in the Ab Initio level, and you can ask me few questions if needed. After following the respective answer, also if you're unable to find that right, I mean get that answer right, you can ask me in the next. So next thing is like Oracle. Third point is Unix. So notes assignment, data warehousing notes. So all these kind of notes will be provided when the enrollment is done on the day one only. Okay, so on the day three, I will be showing you the installation steps for respective application. Day three, not day one, not day two. Day three, I will be doing. By YNL means few guys will be doing the enrollment 1 or 2 days later. They want to check few more things upon my training. Okay, so I don't expect every guy to do the enrollment after completion of demo. So few guys will be looking 1 or 2 days. Okay, so for that 1 or 2 days I will be giving the live content only, actual content only. But day three, whoever not done, they will be restricted for sure. Then moreover, that will be taken care by organizers only, right? So any questions, guys? And moreover, as part of the Unix, right, we are having few commands like general Unix commands and air commands and M commands. Okay, so all these kind of things will be given to you. And moreover, in order to cover air commands and N commands, it is 2 hours for me at least. 1 hour for air commands covering and 1 hour for M commands covering. This is also important as part of interview and part of working also. Okay, so whatever the thing present in the notes, right, I'm not going to tell. So I will be adding few more real time of examples what I'm taking care. Okay, so when like the m_dump command is there, at what situation I have used. Okay, tearing, untearing, zip and unzip. Okay, so in order to unzip, what is the command and at which situation I have used that, right? So all those things in the real time way of explanation will be given, not only just reading and moving to the next part. Okay, okay guys, hope I'm good for today. So any questions? And moreover, in simulation part, so I have shown you read multiple files, write multiple files component, right? In that case, I can't simulate that 3+ version thing. Okay, so here I will be writing the syntax. So in the simulation part for the filter by expression, what I have done, I have written respective department number is equal to 10 and I moved to the, I executed and I got the respective data. But whatever the 3+ component, right, read multiple files, add multiple files, right, I can't do the simulation, but I will be writing you the syntax and which level that syntax need to be written, right? That I will be at least showing in the Ab Initio help file. This is like 3+ help file. So if I search for read multiple files component, right, okay, so this is where the read multiple files look like. Purpose, limitations, recommendations, and moreover the parameters, you can see n number of parameters. I will be telling you each and everything, the role, but simulation is not possible. But what I have done here, I have written some expression. The same expression I will be writing in some WordPad. Okay, I will be writing in some WordPad. Only simulation is not possible. At which level that need to be written, what are the syntaxes that need to be written, right? So one more caution I want to, or I want to whatever the GDE, whatever the help file that is provided by the Ab Initio Corporation only. So Anil, why they are not providing 3 plus help file means, if nobody gone through the tool outside, right? Nobody coming to the Ab Initio level, Ab Initio new folks, right? So that's why 2 plus file, 2 plus GDE, okay, tool, and 3 plus that is provided by the Ab Initio Corporation only. Okay, so not only me, everybody who is going to provide the training, they will be providing in the 2.1 and they will be showing you the respective content or parameters, right? That will be shown in the 3 plus help. Okay. Any questions, guys?
Anil, one question. Will we get any access to this Ab Initio GD part? Or it's just
I will be providing you the software, right? I will be providing the software also. Day 3, I will be showing you the respective steps.
okay. And also, will you be showing us the control center check-in, check-out, right? I mean, how to run the graph
Different.
and everything.
Yeah. So actually, control center, it's entirely different. Okay. So, but the thing, what is the purpose and how does that happens? I will be giving some brief introduction. I will not leave like expressity. What is expressity? You take care means. No, I will not be leaving that. Okay. I will be telling you what is that role, and expressity I have used in my project. I am using in my projects, right? So I will be giving some brief introduction. Even though I can't show you, right? I can draw some architecture and parameters. These are the parameters. These are the purpose I'm using. It is that kind of thing I will be showing you. Okay, but control center or some other thing, nobody will reject you. So Anil don't have as I mentioned earlier, I don't have any idea on the control center and express it. Right? So, but they have selected me. That's 30 minutes training is enough. Only 30 minutes training is enough. That if you are aware of the UI, that's done. You will not create any number of requirements there. Okay, so there you are using control center to schedule the thing. How to schedule the thing also nobody will be show you actually in the projects. By exploring the control center only, you can see the options and you can create the respective job and you can schedule. They will be providing so like that. So you don't need to worry. So you will be you can take help with your lead or with your colleagues. So you can tell straight away, I don't have any idea on the control center, because in my first project I have used the Tivoli scheduler. In the second project I have used CSM. In my present project I am using control center. If I go for the next company, I can go with some control M. I don't have any idea on the control M. So nobody will be rejecting me until don't have access for, don't have idea on the control M. Right? So in that way, the projects are running. If the client is going to afford more on the Ab Initio, he can purchase MDM tool, he can purchase expressity tool, he can purchase conductivity tool, he can purchase control center. No, he need only the basic thing like GDE. Other things will be like CS7 or something like MDM, right? So external tools also present, right? They can go with that part. So basically nowadays, by with the package can they are moving. So that's why like 70 lakh to 1 crore I'm mentioning clearly.
Okay.
So any questions, Shiva, Padma, Sairam?
Hello.
Okay. So hope no questions. Yeah, Padma, any question?
Sir, కొన్ని డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఒకసారి మీ నెంబర్ ఇస్తే నేను తర్వాత కాల్ చేయొచ్చా?
Sure అండి ఇస్తాను. ఓకే.
ఒకసారి
సో
మీ నెంబర్.
sure ఇస్తానండి నేను. సో you are from Narendra, right? Padma, మీరు నరేంద్ర రిఫరెన్స్ కదా?
ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్.
తను అడగండి, నేను గ్రూప్ లో షేర్ చేయలేను ఇప్పుడు. ఓకేనా? పద్మ మీరు నరేంద్రని అడగండి, వీ కెన్ హ్యావ్ ఏ 1-to-1 కన్వర్సేషన్.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Yeah, fine. Okay guys, hope you are good. So Bishwa, so you can be in the meeting. We can have a short conversation if needed. I need to know what you are looking for.
Sure, Anil. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, hope you, if we are good, you can leave the session for today. So from tomorrow we will have our regular sessions. Timing we will discuss. Okay. So I will be let you know by today evening. So like like Sampada or Danu will be coming back to you with respect to timings.
Okay, Anu, thank you.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.